video is from Benjamin Dixon, who is a leftist pastor, and he is a guy I follow on Twitter. My upfront ideas about him is usually he's a little corny, but I agree with him in general, and unless he gets on his God stuff. But even then, I mean, like, I would definitely call myself someone that would work with him. TYT anchor quits live on air. This is apparently the TYT anchor. I don't know who, because I don't watch TYT. But this is interesting. The story, just talking about TYT and Cenk and Ana and how it's been moving rightward and everyone can kind of see it. I've seen people sort of behind the scenes saying, like, yeah, Cenk is like, I don't know about this stuff. He's always been like kind of capitalist. Hassan was recently talking about how when he was on TYT, they didn't pay him shit, and it was like hard to work for him. It was a cutthroat kind of shit.
I tell people, past couple years I've been taking paychecks from TYT. At this moment, I feel disgusted by that, dog. I don't like where TYT is right now.
Yeah, me either.
TYT is starting to act like. Now listen, I'm telling people right now, I have not severed my relationship with TYT. I'm being a buck. So what I'm saying right now might just end that relationship.
Whoa.
No, I'm saying what I gotta say.
I don't know who this guy is.
We're not doing a relationship ending tonight.
I'm with my family and I'm talking to our extended family. I don't really know what's going on over there, dog. Like I don't know if they had some kind of meeting or was it the Christmas party or what, where they decided that, yo, we need to do what the Joe Scarborough did that cost them so many viewers, to say that we're gonna cover Trump, Ana, and Cenk showing up in the way they showing up. Yo, it ain't worth for me. I'm never gonna be quiet. So if they say, okay, you can't be on our shows no more, then I don't give a damn, because I'm not gonna be quiet about the way that they're showing up right now.
This is so interesting. Because, I mean, you could see who's convicted. I don't know who this guy is. I maybe we'll say his name. You could see who's convicted and who isn't by who keeps fucking, like, leaving. And you see, or I guess you see who's grifting. I think Anna's definitely seeing that this is going down and trying to get out there and get her feelers out and get into a right-wing space where she can essentially seem like the furthest left person on a free speech panel or whatever. And then she'll just essentially be like at best, like how Dave Rubin was.
How are they showing up, Mondale?
Like MAGA. Like
Mondale?
An extension of damn Trump. Like
Mondale Robinson. Thank you, TYT viewers.
Bro, you need to this idea that these people ain't white supremacists, like normalizing Trump supporters as if they ain't racist, dog. I am not okay with it. I'm not gonna be good with Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski or Cenk or Ana or anybody pretending that these people aren't threatening our lives. I'm a black person first. They can keep that money for them videos. I'll go back to kissing my wife and not having to create videos in the afternoon. I don't care. It's not what I'm not comfortable. We should all be mad. That was the last beacon other than Democracy Now! And Free Speech TV. I'm talking about real progressive media. Y'all took too much money from the ethos. Y'all took too much money with too many billions of views to be doing what y'all doing right now.
They see the writing on the wall. I don't know if it's like them worried about, like, from Cenk's perspective. I think it's a money thing in general. Like, I think he thinks that he can like talk to the right. I think Ana really thinks she has an in and probably believes a lot of the stuff they believe. I think the TERFs give her an in where she can seem a little more reasonable than them. But she's gonna do like I don't know. Maybe she feels like white Candace Owens or something, where she could be like a turncoat. But she is like straight up been trying really hard to break off. I think Cenk, on the other hand, I think he realizes he's kind of in a failing situation, and I think he's trying to grab onto something on the way down. Anna's 100% going to do a Y left to left. She basically did with Glenn Beck. It was weird.
So I don't know who offered you a check or which check you're trying to get. Disgusted by it as a contributor and a person who helped grow Rebel HQ, another money source for y'all, to over 1 million followers, dog. I average 30 million views a year on Rebel HQ myself. None of those views join my personal YouTube channel or nothing. So the pennies that they give me is not enough to make me sell my soul. I don't know what's going on. And if y'all are cool with it, I need to question y'all bona fides. And I'm not talking about YouTube personally. I'm talking about everybody who say they part of the Squirrel Gang.
Squirrel Gang? Is that a TYT thing?
The Dragon Squad. I need to know what's going on.
What's that?
We should be asking these questions, dog. And we should be asking these questions with questions.
Lore? Yeah, I need lore.
We should be asking these questions with the lack of subscriptions.
That's
because
right.
I am
That's right.
in that manner. I don't give you enough to pay nobody's bill, but I subscribe at $100 a month. That's a big level from one person when you got over 1 billion views. I cannot spend that $100 a month to TYT. As long as
It's $100 a month? What the fuck? People are giving TYT $100 a month? Bro, if I had people giving me $100 a month, holy shit. Like, I know some of you do through the act of like gifting subs and shit, but I mean, like, for one person to just give you $100 as their single subscription is like fucking crazy. That's Dragon Squad, just the damage report, which I don't know. Yeah.
Acting as if Donald Trump followers aren't the same people who are trying to kill me and my wife. And that is not hyperbole. I live in segregated world because I'm still getting death threats. The FBI had to get involved to get me my email back because I was hacked by these people. In real life, in this cycle, I've never thought I would say thank you to an FBI agent. The FBI agent called me and was like, you're in danger. Your wife can't travel by herself. So these people...
From being on TYT? That's fucking crazy.
These people, and out of love and respect for my wife, I'm obligated to do it today. I'm asking real questions. Cenk, Ana, and also TYT. What are we doing?
You know what I mean? So my thing is, for our viewers who have not watched that, could we get some exacts? And maybe we can like put that and compile that into like what exactly, because I like TYT. I'm over here like, I hate to be like this, but I'm over here like kind of innocent. Whenever I turn on TYT, I see some shit that I like. And I'm like, oh, yeah, well, because I don't watch them every day, all day. I don't watch.
No, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about TYT. I mean, there are great progressive ideologies on TYT, right?
Generally speaking, yes.
The content isn't what I'm upset about. It's like their actions or something. Like, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, specifically it's Ana for the most part. I think Cenk's better.
But you cannot disconnect TYT from Cenk and Ana's behavior since this election happened.
I agree.
That's right.
So this is specific talking points that
these ain't talking points, but they doing videos, creating content, talking about, well, I met one person who changed my heart. He's a Trump voter, and he wasn't like. I don't care about that, dog. We know what's going on. There have been real thought leaders, people who are professors at college who White Rule Rage was written this election cycle, and those brothers who wrote that, 2 white professors from the University of Maryland and other spaces, and yeah. So let's just leave it there. Who articulated what it means to be a Trump supporter? I'm not okay with it, dog. And I think this idea that saying or calling white supremacy is equated to calling yourself closed-minded is wrong. We don't want TYT to be closed-minded. Where's the energy you had before the election outcome? Why now is it not okay to call fascism fascism?
Is this when Ana was talking about, and I guess Cenk did to some extent too, like stop calling Trump a fascist, essentially? Like everybody, you just call everybody a Nazi. What's this say? Are they going to read it? I have given a lot of people opportunities at TYT. He's so magnanimous. Some have turned around and attacked me with absolutely no gratitude or decency, and every time they claim to be the moral ones as they throw their friends under a bus for their own careers. But I'm not going to stop giving people a chance. I'm not going to be closed-minded person they want me to be. At the Young Turks, we will always be for open minds and open hearts. Except your employees forming a union. This is what I'm talking about. We have a union at TYT. It's IATSE.
Why now is it not okay to call these people who won't even question or saying that J6ers are heroes and hostages Why is
Mondale,
it
Mondale, and Ana, like Anna's doing this though, like
Anna's father going.
And yeah, Anna's leading the way in it. Hang on, I don't pull up a.
Wow, bro, really? I didn't hear enough.
The guy they invited really didn't. I'm more locked in on this than this guy, and I'm asking a bunch of questions.
She said, "What did she say?"
There you go.
Like just being on Glenn Beck is different. If you're going on Glenn Beck and cussing his ass out,
talking about individuals.
And I'm not trying to make up for nobody. I'm just
listen, Marcus, listen.
All right.
Here we go.
In reality, we're talking about individuals whose politics is mostly based on, you know, some fringe issue or some cultural issue that they have. It's not just that they care about that issue. It's that they've taken that issue and they've made it part of their identity.
My God. Yeah, we watched
the
this.
core of who they are.
Shut up.
And it's almost like
the core of who they are. Like, I guess I feel really strongly that human rights should be advocated for or whatever. But, like, I wouldn't say it's the core of my fucking identity, man.
what you would expect from religious zealots.
Yeah, and then, but she's saying, she's during this interview with Glenn Beck, what she did was she tried to intimate a bunch of stuff without, and like, let the right wing sort of, like, apply their own meaning to this and never really say anything. But this means anything you want it to mean, like a palm reader. It means, oh, the trans agenda. They're the religious zealots now. Oh, it means you know, the leftists who want healthcare, I guess. The defund the policers, Antifa, you know, those are the religious zealots. Anybody, and she just leaves it so wide open by design. Ana Kasparian's nefarious.
You know, and so there's a fundamentalism involved in the way that they treat these issues.
A fundamentalism, which is bad when the left does it, which, you know, we're not doing. A fundamentalism. So she's sort of intimating at the, like, birthing person thing, but she was just freaking out and we were just clowning on her. You're just a clown, dude.
And there's no room to negotiate. There's no room
Talking about the left.
to maybe consider the thoughts and concerns of individuals. And so as they become more and more kind of like authoritarian in what they do.
See, she keeps doing that. He's mad. She keeps calling us authoritarian because, of course, we're calling Donald Trump authoritarian and fascist. And she's going like, no, it's actually the left, isn't it? Right, Glenn Beck and his audience throwing him bones. This is a fucking job audition, basically. She's auditioning for a part.
Demand. They are pushing people away. And there are some issues in which the rights of one group might actually end up conflicting with the rights of another group, depending on what type of legislation you're pursuing.
The rights of who? The fucking rich? Being rich shouldn't give you, like, a special permission to anything.
And so, of course, this has come up with the trans issue. And I've always been supportive
just throwing the trans people in there
of the transgender community. But when the rights of transgender people, particularly transgender women, start to cause some tension with the rights and
now because Nancy Mace is in the news being like, look, I'm a supporter of the trans people, but I don't disagree with a goddamn thing Nancy Mace is saying. Like, fuck off, Anna.
freedoms of women or the perceived.
See, saying trans people and then women, you know what I mean? Excluding trans people from women, right? Because look at her, right? She don't give a fuck. She's a transphobe.
Safety of women. Well, let's have a conversation and avoid assuming the worst of the people who want to have a conversation.
White women are in danger, bro. Listen, let me tell you something. This woman, that statement in itself is so dangerous, and that ain't even it. Like, if you just pull up some of the stuff she put on her Instagram, all of that is crazy enough, bro. I am disgusted with this willing to play games and the fact that they're saying that we are zealots. We are religious zealots on the left. Come on,
to Glenn Beck, Glenn Beck.
Yes,
right. The
this is why I was fucking annoyed. I agree.
King of religious zealotry in conservative media, right here, but it's it's not that they're going on these platforms, it's that they're going on these platforms and they're trying to make nice with people who are literally trying to destroy not only democracy, because some people don't care about democracy. I do, but they're also actively trying to destroy the lives of 20 million of the migrant working class, right? Let's not talk about all the everyone they're going to, what they're doing with Obamacare, what they're doing with Social Security, what they're doing with Medicare, what they're doing with Medicaid. That's just the surface of it.
Trans people.
50% of federal employees,
students,
they're getting ready to boot out. You know how many black people that's going to hurt, right? So they're going to platforms making nice with people who have the most nefarious intentions for us at the moment. And thank you for saying it the way you did, Mondale. At the precise moment when we need progressive media on lock. We need progressive media hitting on all cylinders.
And they're not, bro, because TYT can't be fucking trusted. And you know what else? Like, we just don't have any funding. Nobody comes to us and is like, hey, you want to put something together? Here you go. No one fucking comes and headhunts any fucking lefties for any of that shit. We all do it ourselves. Every single one of us builds independently, and then if anything big happens, they just are collaborating on that. Frankly, I'm kind of out of the collaboration situation. I'll hang out with your faves and whatever, but every single fucking time I do, these fucking peers of mine continually make me feel as though I'm the only fucking sane one in the room. And I don't like being disillusioned so often by people on here. That said, I do think that there are several lovely leftist content creators on Twitch and YouTube and stuff that are really convicted and mean well. But none of these people are getting funded. You know what I mean? None of us are, we don't have, we should have like, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Meadowlark Media and the Lebitard Show and stuff like that, but they're not like outspoken like leftists necessarily, but they're certainly socially progressive, left-leaning people. And while politics comes up, it's a sports-focused thing, and they have a lot of money because they're working with DraftKings and stuff. Like, we need people like them to fund political content, but they kind of get them in hot water with their fucking funding, right? Like, leftism is anti-corporate, and corporations are the ones with the fucking money. And because you need money to get your fucking voice out, to get advertising, to get fucking big studios and immobile hanging microphones that I wouldn't be able to help but bat like a kitten. It's guys on podcasts doing this kind of shit. And while the views in this are pretty good, like it's reaching outside of his stuff because it's TYT Anchor Quits Live on there. Like it's, we kind of just gotta break out on our own. It's abysmal. This George Soros shit has never happened. We don't have a fucking billionaire that cares about this shit. And I don't blame him because we're anti-billionaire. But, like, how do we get it done? And it's crowdfunding is what it is because it's grassroots. It's all it can be. And so it's really hard to fight corporate powers that be like,
And we got them instead over there trying to make nice with Glenn Beck and Tim Pool and all the rest of them.
There's been calls for Hassan to do a bit of that, but he doesn't think it's a solution. I mean, I do think a solution would be to make it more mainstream. And, okay, I disagree with Hassan, actually, but not 100%. I don't think it's the only solution. I don't think it's even a solution. I think it's a good thing to do that helps us come to solutions. Because there is a collaborative sort of apparatus in right-wing media spaces, and they don't infight constantly, although it happens. They don't, because of course they're not fact-based, they're just rhetoric-based. And we care about facts and have nuanced discussions and don't like each other because I don't know, I think it's normal to be fucking critical of each other and have disagreements on how to do stuff. And I think when you're trying to speculate on how to get any of this shit done against fascism or capitalism, it's going to happen when we're like, no, we have to do this, because it's like tough, right? But I really think from a grander perspective, when you think of like social media, Twitch, or just streaming platforms in general, you have cross-pollination between all the right-wing spaces, and they like work together, they message together, I mean, it's full-on propaganda, and while we don't have to go that fucking hard, I do think that there is an onus on those with the means to capture some of the people that are looking for content like that and show them that it doesn't have to be like that. You know, because, like, think of all the most famous, like, I don't know, chuddy-ass podcasts and fucking, you know, just content creators in general. Like, the right wing kind of owns these spaces because it's really stupid, schlocky shit. And while it's not sexy to talk about how healthcare is a human right, I think you could still do fun shit and get people to have more fucking awareness of themselves. Anyway, this is just to say, like, I think Hassan could get people like that. I'm sure there are a lot of people making good lefty content out there that would like to do something like that, I'm sure. Whatever that is. Like, do a TYT type situation. Yeah, Hassan doesn't have Coke money. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he can, like, subsidize the whole thing. I'm just saying, like, he does have the influence to get investors into that situation, though. And anyone else that's convicted at that high level. But
What? For why? For clicks?
Hold
on. I gotta go further. We need to clip this. What I'm about to say.
uh-oh.
Okay, but
Hold on. I want you to land it. I want you to land your plane. But right now, my soul is saying I gotta do this.
All right, go ahead.
As an anniversary gift to me and my wife, if you are watching this show right now and you subscribe to TYT, unsubscribe, and you need to get a paid subscription to Ben Dixon right now. If you love us, if you're serious about progressive policies,
or anybody else,
and you won't just do it, you will screenshot me saying this and tag Cenk in it, and Ana in it, and TYT in it, and Rebel HQ, and share it, because progressives cannot become Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party and the establishment, because when we do that, we become unsalty. And Ben Dixon can tell you what it means when the salt of the world loses its salt.
When the salt loses its savor. Listen,
when the salt loses its savor? Dang. I've never subscribed to TYT. Is there like I don't know when the big moment is. I'm going to show you this, though.
Also right now, I will do no more work. I don't know why. Something just said, I will do no more work with TYT, though. In its current capacity, I will.
Oh, wow, bro.
No more content. I will be on no more shows. It's over for me. Like, something just told me I have to say that, and I need to put it on Twitter. I need to text Cenk and Ana. Y'all can't call me for no more shows. I'm done with it.
What?
Yeah, in real life.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Damn, that's 100.
Can I tell?
This guy in the middle is funny. He's just here for the ride. That's great. I don't know how TYT is going to be a thing in the future. I think it's kind of over, right? Cenk's going to try to pivot to something. It'll be a thing for a while, I guess. But, like, I mean, does anyone even want to work with them anymore? I feel like nobody likes them. Maybe they're just going to keep going. Maybe he'll just stick around, just, you know, pivot and just keep the apparatus, and maybe it'll work out for him in a more right-wing space. So Ana Kasparian enjoyers get mad at me on Twitter when she says stuff, and we respond like, oh, obviously this is not left-leaning or progressive. I got yelled at for saying that she's not a leftist, and she's not. She's like NIMBY as fuck. She sucks. She's capitalist. It's weird. Anyway, she's trying to profiteer off of the Trump administration and the collective misfortune of the working class due to the election. Sick.